What's up, guys? It's Christian Welch with the Fantasy Authority, aka Evil Empire FF on Twitter, bringing you some more content today. Today, I've got another top 5 for the 2022 class, bringing you the quarterbacks today. So the top 5 quarterbacks of next year's draft class. Let's go. At number 5, I've got Kedon Slovis from USC. So unlike a lot of guys on this list, Kedon Slovis was not a blue chip recruit. 6'2", 200 pounds, coming out of the state of Arizona. He was a 3-star recruit, the number 26 quarterback, the number 705 overall recruit. 5-star JT Daniels was already the starter at USC when Slovis showed up, and Slovis took his job as a freshman. So just incredible start to the career of Slovis at USC. That freshman year, not only did he take Daniels' job, 71.9% completion percentage, 3,502 passing yards, 30 touchdowns, and only 9 picks. That's a 167.6 QB rating. And again, he took a 5-star job as a pretty unheralded freshman. So just where did this guy come from? Last year in 2020, he regressed a little bit. He kind of took a step back. There's rumors he was playing through a serious shoulder injury, but nonetheless, it was a COVID season, just a little bit weird for everyone. So that sophomore season, 67% completion, 1,921 yards, 17 TDs, and 7 interceptions. So that's a 144 quarterback rating. So again, an absolute regression from freshman year to sophomore year. But I'll give him a pass for just the weird season last year was. I expect a huge junior year out of him this year at USC. He doesn't have the elite arm strength or tools that the rest of this group has. Again, not a very heralded recruit. What makes Slovis good is the fact that he has just such wonderful touch on his ball. He's very accurate. He's accurate to all levels of the field, whether it's deep, short, mid, whether it's to the left side, whether it's to the right side. He is accurate as can be. He's got beautiful touch. He's got great pocket presence. He wins, by doing the finesse things rather than just with his raw skill. So I expect a big year out of Slovis in USC this year. We'll see if he can move up the ratings at all. At number 4, I've got the guy whose job he took at USC. So former 5-star, number 2 overall QB, JT Daniels. JT Daniels is 6'3", 210. Again, former 5-star recruit, former number 16 overall player. Started his career at USC. His freshman year there wasn't too stellar. 59.5% completion percentage, 2,672 yards passing, 14 touchdowns, 10 interceptions. That's a 128.6 rating. Again, lost his job to Kedon Slovis, transferred to UGA. Last year at UGA, didn't see the field at the beginning of the year. A lot of you guys may remember that rotating door Georgia had at quarterback beginning of the year. Was not really looking too good. JT Daniels took the reins the last 4 games of last year for UGA and looked incredible doing so. Those 4 games with Georgia last year, he was 80 of 119. That's 67.2%. 1,231 yards, 10 touchdowns to only 2 picks. That's a 178.5 rating. And when he took the reins at Georgia, Georgia finally looked like that national title contender we all know they are. So I personally am very excited to see what JT does with a full year as Georgia's starter with as loaded as that roster is. And again, let's hop into JT a little bit. This dude's arm is just incredible. Absolute pro arm on this guy. He's good as far as escaping the pocket and being mobile. He's not an absolute statue back there. He's very confident, maybe too much, though. That's kind of his downfall. He's very much a DGAF quarterback. I mean, he will throw it up whether it's in danger or not. And there's times where he gets very inaccurate. He has all the tools, but again, he's lost his job to an unheralded recruit. He's not that accurate. And he's, a little reckless with the ball at times. But all the tools are there for JT Daniels to just have a monster year in the SEC this year at Georgia and sneak into the first round of the NFL draft. At number 3 for me is a guy that cannot stop rising up my board. So last year at this time, complete unknown. This year, I just saw Bet Online release odds about 2 weeks ago where this guy has the 4th highest odds to go first overall in the NFL draft. So this dude is just soaring up the charts right now. And that is former Auburn, current Liberty quarterback, Malik Willis. So that's right. I said Liberty. Liberty is where Hugh Freeze is the coach now. Again, not a Division 1A school. The competition is not where we want it to be. But this guy is an absolute freak athlete. So Malik Willis, 6'1", 215, former 3-star recruit. As a recruit, he was the number 21 athlete, the number 368 overall player. And again, went to Auburn as a recruit. His freshman year at Auburn, again, playing quarterback, he carried the ball 16 times for 221 yards and a touchdown. Also had a passing TD and backup work. His sophomore year, that's when Bo Nix came in. That's when he transfers from Auburn to Liberty. So last year at Liberty, just an incredible season for Malik Willis here. 170 of 265, 64.2% passing, 2,250 yards, 20 touchdowns, 6 interceptions. That's a 155.8 rating. And then here's where it's absolutely nuts. 141 carries, 944 yards rushing, and 14 rushing touchdowns. So this guy is an absolute Konami code on the ground at quarterback. He's got elite speed. He is absolutely a 4.4 or better when he goes to run that 40. The burst on this guy is incredible. He's shifty in the open field. He's got surprising power. He's 6'1", 215. That's a thick 215 that he's carrying. This guy can take some contact. His contact balance is incredible. He is just really, really fluid as a runner. I mean, he is faking people out 10 yards ahead of time, and it's just very shifty in the open field. The arm strength on this dude is nuts. I mean, there is a play going around on Twitter where he was playing against Virginia Tech, and this guy is rolling all the way out to the right side of the field. I'm talking all the way to the sideline. And this dude slings it 50, 60 yards in the air on a rope and puts it to where only his receiver can get it. And that's something that's really impressive with Malik Willis. You know, obviously I'm bringing up this guy's a Konami code. He rushed for 14 touchdowns. Everyone's thinking, man, small school guy running like that, he's probably got light years to go on the passing stuff. And he does. He can improve in the passing game quite a bit. But this guy's arm strength and this guy's accuracy deep is very impressive already. So I cannot wait to see another full season out of this guy, see how he improves his game, because I am already just amazed with his game. I mean, him wearing the number 7, I think I'm looking at a right-handed Mike Vick out there with some of these highlights. I mean, this dude is just jaw-dropping. And again, he's got the arm strength to play in the league. And in my opinion, he already has some of the accuracy needed to play in the league, especially on the deep balls. So he's a guy I cannot get excited enough about right now. I understand he may not be on a lot of people's radar, but absolutely check him out this year. Liberty's probably playing early on Saturdays, and you'll be in for a treat checking out Malik Willis. Number 2, here's kind of where the tier break is. So there is a lot of guys vying for that number 3 spot. The top 2 in this class have kind of been entrenched for a while now. And in whatever order you prefer them, I've got number 2 being Sam Howell from North Carolina. So Sam Howell is just an incredibly productive college player. So as a recruit, 6'1", 225, he's a 4-star recruit. He was the number 3 dual threat quarterback, number 93 overall player coming out of high school. Immediately becomes the starter at UNC as a freshman. 61.4% completion, 3,641 yards passing, 38 touchdowns, 7 picks, 160.2 QB rating. So just like Slovis, just an absolutely incredible freshman year for Sam Howell. And he followed that up last year by getting a little better. 68.1% completion, 3,586 yards passing, 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, a 179.1 QB rating, and also had 5 rushing touchdowns. So this guy was categorized as a dual threat quarterback coming out of high school, but by no means is he the best athlete you've seen, the best runner you've seen. But he's athletic enough to get out of the pocket and do a little damage with his legs. But again, he's not going to blow your socks off with his athletic traits. What he is going to blow your socks off with is his huge arm and his accuracy. I mean, this guy can make all of the NFL throws, and they are impressive. Like I said, he moves around very well. He's more athletic than he looks. It lets him get out of the pocket and throw on the run. He's just a very high-level performer. He's been there at UNC with a loaded roster the whole time he's been there. So it's hard to not see what he's done, whether you're watching film of Javonte Williams or Michael Carter or Diami Brown. I mean, they've just been loaded since he's been there, and he has been feeding them the ball. He so much reminds me of Baker Mayfield, and you'll see this a lot because they're about the same size. Howell's a little bit thicker, but they're both shorter, stockier dudes, and they honestly look like they could be brothers. Like, they literally look just alike. So when you're watching Sam Howell, he'll remind you of Baker Mayfield, and, very similar profile to me as well. Can move around just enough. Good passer, probably looking at that top 5 draft capital. So thicker Baker Mayfield is who we got coming out of UNC here with Sam Howell. And then my number 1 quarterback for the 2022 class is a polarizing figure. You guys may remember him from QB1 when he was in high school, and that's Spencer Rattler from Oklahoma. So I see he's dipped into the NIL stuff already. He's now a spokesperson for Raising Cane's. Got to get that chicken and that sauce. 6'1", 205, former 5-star, #1 quarterback, number 11 overall player as a recruit. This guy was just an absolute blue chip stud in high school. Freshman year at Oklahoma, sat behind Heisman finalist Jalen Hurts. And then last year as a sophomore, 67.5% completion, 3,031 yards, 28 touchdowns, and 7 interceptions. That's a 172.6 rating. Also tacked in 6 rushing touchdowns on the ground. So, going back to Baker Mayfield, then Kyler Murray, then Jalen Hurts, Oklahoma has become a quarterback factory, and Spencer Rattler is just the next one in line. And my gosh, that recruiting pedigree he had is probably the best of all of them. This guy is a fiery, confident player. Again, he rubbed a lot of people the wrong way in QB1 with his cockiness and his arrogance. But hey, he's a quarterback. He believes in himself. The guy's obviously a stud. He is a fiery, confident player. He's got great arm strength. He's very comfortable attacking teams vertically. He's got excellent velocity on his line drive throws. A lot like Patrick Mahomes. I mean, this dude is using different arm angles. He's throwing it from over here. He's throwing it from over there. He's throwing it across his body. I mean, this guy is just a jaw-dropping highlight film waiting to happen. He moves well in the pocket. He demonstrates great escapability. And again, he is not afraid to put the ball up downfield to those great Oklahoma wide receivers. What he could do better at is he stares down his first read a little bit too much, and he often bails on a play too early. So a lot of that exciting stuff we want to see, like I said, I brought up Mahomes that he does, the different arm angles, doing it from over here, doing it from over there. Spencer Rattler is a little too comfortable getting into that, mess of a play situation. He needs to do better within structure and not take every play out to just use his amazing athletic ability. But it's crazy. Coming out of high school, Sam Howell was categorized as a dual threat quarterback. Rattler was categorized as a pro-style quarterback. But I really feel the opposite about them as pro prospects. Like I said, Howell's just mobile enough, but it's really the arm talent with him. Rattler has really shown that he could possibly be a really good dual threat quarterback in the NFL. When he gets out of the pocket, he's a very talented runner. But by no means is he somebody that's looking to run first. He is absolutely a pocket passer that is looking to torch people through the air deep. But when he gets out of the pocket, he is a very impressive runner. Like I said, he had 6 rushing touchdowns. And, I mean, this dude looks good running the ball. So with where the NFL is going now, they don't mind if the quarterback is smaller. Rattler's only 6'1", 205. Obviously, his former Oklahoma fellow alum there, Kyler Murray's even smaller than he is. So clearly the NFL doesn't mind if you're small, if you have a big arm and you can run. And again, Spencer Rattler's not Lamar Jackson or Malik Willis or any of these guys, but he can run enough, and he is the total package as far as, arm strength and being able to make a play anytime. So Spencer Rattler, QB1 for me for the 2022 class. A couple honorable mentions I want to make sure I get in here. Carson Strong from Nevada. So you're going to see a lot of first-round buzz on him. This guy's your prototypical pro-style quarterback. So some will call him a statue. Unlike JT Daniels, he's not mobile at all. I mean, Carson Strong is absolutely a statue, but my gosh, is this dude an elite passer. He is putting up monstrous numbers in the Mountain West. He's a big dude, and like I said, he makes it rain through the air. So look for Carson Strong to have another big year at Nevada and sneak into the first round of the NFL draft potentially. And then Matt Corral at Ole Miss. I put on here, he's kind of a minor league version of Spencer Rattler. So, again, he's a good athlete. He's got a big arm. He's in a high-volume offense at a big school with an elite offensive coach. Lincoln Riley, Lane Kiffin. Matt Corral just doesn't do everything as well as Spencer Rattler. He does all the things Spencer Rattler does, just not as well. But big year coming up for Ole Miss, big year for Matt Corral. So look forward to seeing his stock rise again. So to recap, Spencer Rattler at 1, Sam Howell at 2, Malik Willis at 3, JT Daniels at 4, Keaton Slovis at 5, and then my honorable mentions were Carson Strong from Nevada and Matt Corral from Ole Miss. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Again, don't forget to subscribe to the Fantasy Authority for more videos like this and to keep up with our content as we're coming up on redraft season. And again, if you want to find me on Twitter, you can find me at Evil Empire FF, and we'll see you guys next time.